Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and... But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? Wanna...
What? We just happened... We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve—
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. But it's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to... My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy.
Well, that's strange. You were helping—
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the detail. All I know is that I would perform certain things. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, to top it all off, my house... If you don't believe me, go find it.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
You're open.
Right here. Drop your weapons! Justice will prevail!
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to... Come on, boss. Think us...
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside? Was it
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening. But now that you've caught us, how about we make it?
You've got a deal. Now show us.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here, but I...
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the As for you guys, you're free to go. Just
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some...
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono, or perhaps there's something you want to inquire. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a huge...
well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them, so he deemed it necessary to take on...
Wow. Kurosawa, and no one ever appreciated what he did?
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances, in the face of hardship. If you ask me, of course, I'm sure there would still have... As for why he chose to spend his own money on a... If you're still curious, why don't... I see. That would... Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price. At least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even... Oh, but before you go...
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa.
Don't worry. Atsuko will be
Atsuko,
fine. Is it just me?
she's still okay?
What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, this sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision... All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed, and said to me...
Hey! If you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use of virtue? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all... Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next